Monday morning. We're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Christopher Flo setting the tone, and Rod the Crane pose as usual. But yeah, NHL back in action, and got NBA game 2 of some of the playoff series. We've got morning baseball at Fenway Park, Marathon Day in Boston, Patriots Day. When I was in college in Boston, we always called it Marathon Day, but it is Patriots Day. And then we have a whole Major League Baseball card, 14 games on a Monday, which is rare as the season goes on. Normally Mondays and Thursdays are light days in baseball, and every other day are full days. But the way this season is starting off, who the hell knows? A lot going on though.
Busy.
How you doing, Chris?
I'm doing all right. The exciting NBA yesterday, except for that debacle in Minnesota, in Denver with Minnesota. But I think I'm excited to see how the rest of that Lakers-Grizzlies series unfolds. Lakers didn't back down in Game 1.
Either the Clippers looked like they were folding like a cheap tent, and they actually decided to come back and hang in there at the end of the game. Normally, I was like, "Oh, there's the Clippers that I've seen." They look like they.
It's weird because I love the Clippers, but I saw the betting action. It just looks so public. Like you started to see that public dog coming in. And it was just like, oh man, that's usually bad news. So it scared me off of it. Normally, it's like I don't look at betting action or anything like that, but when I saw that thing, it was like it just looked like a way public dog, so it scared me. I've been on the Clippers all season long, so no surprise that they could do it, especially with Kawhi Leonard. But such is.
Well, I'm not surprised, but I was just like, oh, I thought they're so good at just turning it over and just be like, oh, we're done. But they didn't. They actually got gritty and hung in there, got the win.
Got gritty.
It's gonna be a long series, that one. Got gritty. It's like, whoo.
So gritty, man. So gritty. So gritty, dude. The grit. The determination. I always love intestinal fortitude.
Intestinal fortitude, yeah. That's good.
I was a big fan. In college, we always talked about the intestinal fortitude. The intestinal fortitude. Flo loves that one. It's just like
the intestinal fortitude on that guy.
Intestinal fortitude. All right. I tell you what, I've been to some rainy games on Marathon Day in Fenway. That's for sure. I always like going to those games. Fun to go to Fenway on Marathon Day. It's kind of the everyone's in work game.
So is that what you just don't pick a seat that's up close that you're going to be in the camera shot? Just if you're playing hockey for work that day.
Well, no, it's usually sold out game. Fenway's a small park, so seats are not that many seats to begin with. All right, well, Chris is a man of a million words today.
I just don't want to talk over anybody.
Since when?
Well, I think I've never wanted to talk over anyone,
but you just randomly do it instead.
Pretty much, yeah. That's how you usually operate. You've known me long enough to know that's probably how I usually operate.
This show was built on talking over one another and changing the subject.
Fair enough. I'm sorry. I'm deviating from our core values. I apologize.
Not only do we talk over each other, we talk for each other and put the words in each other's mouth as we go.
The voice of everyone. We put spinach in people's teeth when they freeze.
The funny thing is, and I was talking to Rod on the chat yesterday, is that we don't really talk about what our premium picks are before the show. So like yesterday where you have the solo cappers and it's like my big play is the opposite side of Rod's play that he's given out. It makes me look like a jerk on the show, but it's like at the same time I can't sit there and say, oh yeah, I agree with you when I've given out that as my big play of the day, you know? It's like everyone knows Alek Manoah's pitching, I'm on the other side. It's like as fast as I can get there. He's too big. He doesn't fit on the mound. The new mound at the Rogers Center is an issue.
Oh, it's kicking his butt. He's not
terrible.
His velocity is up, but he's floating right over the plate. He's just
and McClanahan struggled with the mound in the first inning too. They both did. They both, and we've seen Manoah struggle with the new mound at the Rogers Center time and time again. Now they're redoing the Rogers Center. It is the 7th oldest ballpark in Major League Baseball, and they'll be going extensive renovations. And my guess is that it's going to be the best park in America. Or not in America, one of the best parks.
It's gonna be the best ballpark in Canada.
Best ballpark in Ontario.
I've seen a guy on he built this wooden plaque and he was going to go see all the ballparks in the MLB. He's like, that's my goal today. And then somebody trashed him because he's like, you didn't put the Rogers Center in there. What about the Rogers Center? He had to go build a whole new wood cutout so he could include the Rogers Center in his little his design. It was hilarious. Don't forget the Rogers Center.
How about what was I going to say? Oh, so the Montreal Expos, where did they play before they played at Olympic Stadium?
I don't know. I only know Olympic Stadium.
See, the thing is, like, I barely remember them playing at Olympic Stadium. I only mostly remember them playing at Parc Gery.
Parc Gery?
Yes. Because it was stupid, because it was like most of the places they called it Jerry Park, right? But it's like, because it's Canadian, French Canadian.
It's Parc Gery.
Parc Gery.
Où est la bibliothèque?
I'll tell you what, like the actual French people, the ones who really hate Americans, I actually really like those. And like the French Canadians, I just don't like how they don't talk English when we know they talk English. Like, but the regular French people are usually pretty nice. We got a French baker down the street, and I tell you, man, he makes some really good pastry. And he's making those eclairs that'll just knock your socks off. It's one of those places they don't have the price on anything. So it's like, I got 4 brioche buns and an eclair. It was $27. He could have charged me $50. I wouldn't have seen it coming, And he always is pushing the baguette on me. And so he had all these different flavors of eclairs. He had vanilla, chocolate, all different flavors. But the chocolate has chocolate filling. It's not like a chocolate outside with vanilla filling. Pistachio. And then he had one Oreo cookie. And of course I said to him, well, that's not French. He said, everybody knows the Oreo cookie. And I said, yes, I'm very familiar. I'll take one. Everybody knows the Oreo cookie. At least this guy does. Anyways, let's actually talk about sports today. Let's mix it up. Let's try something different for this show. We're 9 minutes in. We haven't even mentioned the game.
It's Monday. We're talking eclairs.
Okay.
Got the Hurricane taking on the Islanders. The Bruins taking on the Panthers. The Dallas Stars against Minnesota. And Edmonton against the LA Kings. Now, there's some pretty good records here among these playoff teams, Like, normally you see, like, in playoffs of almost every sport, especially when all these teams make the playoffs, normally there's a couple teams that slide in. There's 16 playoff teams, which is about half the league almost, right? So it's like normally there's some teams that slide in, but all these teams playing in today, I mean, these are 60+% winners across the board. So there must be some really bad teams out there in the NHL this year, man, that everybody's just pounding on. Anyways, Chris, which one of these 4 is the pick of the litter for today?
Oh, for me, I'm going to roll with the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers, oh Lord. I'm looking at Carolina and Florida.
No.
The Carolina. See, Rod's laughing because
in Montreal they call it Le Idiot.
Yeah, Rod's
Well,
laughing
we tried
because
doing this video.
we tried to do a Carolina Hurricanes video. I had to re-record it about 4 times because I kept saying Carolina Panthers because I was stuck in football mode. I'm gonna go with the Carolina. Yeah, right.
Right.
They call those La Huevos.
A set of stones on this kid.
Set of balls on this kid. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Carolina Hurricanes. I'm also going to look at the under in that game. I think that's going to be one of your prototypical playoff series. You know, low scoring, hard hitting. 2 teams don't like each other. I think it's a 1st to 3 wins this game. I think the 1st to 3 that gets there is going to be the Carolina Hurricanes. Ilya Sorokin's capable of standing on his head and stealing a game or 2 for the New York Islanders, potentially trying to steal the whole series. But I just think that the Hurricanes, even though they've been banged up, are the better team. And I think they just find a way to get it done here. So I'm going to take the Carolina Hurricanes and lean towards the under as well.
Right.
Well, in these ones, we know where I'm going. I'm going to take the Edmonton Oilers in game 1 here. At home, that place is going to be going absolutely bananas outside the rink. I think there'll be more people outside the rink than there might be inside the rink tonight for this hockey game. They last season, the little area that they had for outside the rink party wasn't big enough. They had to build another one, so now they have 2 giant outdoor areas in Edmonton. And what's inside on the ice is still going to be the same thing we just seen. We've seen these 2 teams play not too long ago. The Oilers beat the Kings 2-0, and the last one was 3-1. I think it continues here. I'm going to take the Edmonton Oilers at home to win game 1.
Shocker homer pick by Rod.
Shocker homer pick.
I love all the Mavericks picks on Jay's video. Those are the best. Everyone's taking the Mavs in the comments. Mavs money line. All right, I guess I'll just take the Bruins against the Panthers. I'll lay the -225 and just stick it in my parlay. I think today is Monday. I'm just going to do like a parlay ticket. I haven't been doing parlays basically at all this season, or really most of my life, but I think I'm going to start. I see all these people hitting these massive parlays in the comments, man. At least they say they do. Maybe I'm missing something. I'm going to start doing a parlay every day. Maybe I'll start doing it on this show. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, just put in the ticket right here. Round robin, like 18 teams or something. I think you could go the Bruins, Oilers, and parlay it up with something else, and pretty much, I think those 2 and something. I like it, and you could put it with anything. I think those 2 are going to win.
I like that. Probably those 2 up. Edmonton.
Yeah, why not?
Boston.
Why the hell not? Yeah, Mondays suck, man. You're right. It's terrible, man. Hate Monday. Tax day, Monday. It's like tomorrow's tax day. It's like the Apple calendar's got to remind you like every 3 days coming up before the day that it actually is. Like, it's tax day. It's like, it's the shittiest day of the year. It's coming. It's like, in case Jay's there, he's got a video out today, so he must be okay. He wasn't there yesterday, but he is there today, so he must be okay. Yesterday, I don't know if he was okay or not. Did you go check on him, Chris?
I did not. I just assumed he was okay. Had a day to recover.
How about Netflix last night? They were supposed to have the live reunion of the
I heard about that.
Of Love is Blind, and like you couldn't even get on to watch it. It was like, how could you like set up a live stream and then not be able to access of anybody? I tell you what, I'm so turned off. I don't even want to watch the replay, of it. I was so excited for it. I planned, if something like this rolls around, I plan my whole day around it. Everyone knows that. I've been talking, I talk Love is Blind in all my shows. Like when we're doing half times with Jay Briggs, it's like, during football, I'm like, yeah, I got the game on one of the small TVs on the top. I got 90 Day Fiance on the big screen, like a normal person. Chris is laughing, but he's like, "Oh yeah, did you see Ed? Did you see what Ed did?" See when Ed took a shower with the girl's father.
I can't believe Kwame said yes.
He did say yes. It was a cliffhanger ending. Like we weren't going to tune in anyway.
Like I wasn't going to hit next episode.
How about you missed hitting next episode? It takes you to something else. Like they don't even let the credits run. You know, they're just taking you right into the next episode.
Like these people aren't important. We know what you want to really get to.
It's like the thing about like Netflix, Amazon Prime, all of these do the same thing too. It's like you could skip the intro of the show.
Skip the intro.
And you miss that button, you're way screwed. You know, it's like they'll have a preview. Apple TV loves to show the preview of another show, like before Ted Lasso, then like the intro or whatever. So it's a double skip. You got to stay. You can't just do the skip and then walk away. You got to be there and then skip and skip again. You know, these are important things. This is what separates. This is what separates the amateurs from the professionals.
Otherwise, you get stuck with it. Previously on. And you're like,
God.
Oh, I don't want to eat the previously on.
I just saw that.
I know what's going on.
I'm binge watching.
Right?
You ever hear of binge watch? They should have binge watch mode where it just automatically skips everything. Oh, yeah. Oh, did you see like when they did? Oh, they showed it on the recap. I had it on binge watch mode.
I love the binge. You binge watch so much that all of a sudden it pops up and goes, "Are you still there?
Yeah.
Are you still there?"
I've turned that off. I have that turned off on all mine.
You turned that off?
Yeah.
Like, are you still watching? Because it doesn't look like anybody's hitting any buttons.
It's like back when I was still drinking, you know, like 25 years ago. It's like on the couch, 6 hours into a real world marathon on a Saturday, hungover. It's like you get that. It's like you forget to hit the button. It's like you're in no mood to deal with that at that point. It's like, how the hell do I even get this back on?
So you're so into it, then you lose the plot for half an hour because you're trying to find the remote to hit to hit yes.
It's like Monahan calls you. It's like, what are you doing? I'm doing a marathon. It's like, oh, you're running a marathon? No, it's a tattoo show. What was that one called? Oh, Ink Master. I'm on an Ink Master marathon. On episode 8. Don't like the shading. They do not like the shading. Got the Red Sox and the Angels. Have they gone yet? Tigers.
It's raining, isn't it?
Tigers and the Guardians. They play in the rain at Boston. Tigers and the Guardians. So it's 14 games. So we'll do 4, 3, 3.
Is it 14 or 13?
Oh, it's 13? Oh, yeah, 13. So we'll do 4, 3, 3, 3, 3. Red Sox, Angels, Tigers, Guardians, Reds, Rays, and Marlins, Giants. Rod, it's all on. It's up to you.
That's with me. Well, I'm going to go with the over there with the Guardians and Detroit. And look, Gadias is getting the start again, and he got rocked last time out. And I think Detroit can touch him for a few in that one. And we know the Indians are the Guardians are definitely going to get some runs in that one. 6-4 to the over in their last 10. Detroit 7-3 to the over in their last 10. 8, that's too low. Should be 8.5, 9. I think the over Guardians and the Tigers.
Take the. I'll take the. I'll take the under in the Reds Rays. The Rays invented the bullpen game, and they'll have the bullpen game going today with Beeks, and then Hunter Green is kind of like he's the new Luis Castillo. He's the guy that pitches 7 innings. Just fighting off the other team all the way off to give up just 1 or 2 runs, and then still either gets hung with the loss, the no decision, or the bullpen blows it type thing. Castillo did that for years in Cincinnati. I think this one's going to be a lower scoring game, even at Great American. I'll take the under in the Reds Rays. Chris.
I'll roll with the Marlins and Giants under the total. Jesus Luzardo back on the mound.
Knock.
I was waiting for it. I was hoping you were going to set me up this entire time. Yeah, who's there?
Jesus.
Jesus who?
Jesus Luzardo is going to mop the floor with the Giants today.
Yeah, and I think he does have a solid outing here. He's off to a great start to the year, and even Logan Webb on the other side, he's capable of giving up 3-4 runs at the start, but that could be more than enough to keep us under the total, just with how inconsistent San Fran's offense has been. So I'm going to roll with the under here. I think it's going to be a pretty good pitching matchup, and I like the under.
All right. Next set, got the White Sox and the Phillies, got the Royals and the Rangers, and the Diamondbacks and the Cardinals. Man, I hate all of these games. I'll take the over in the White Sox Phillies. Zach Wheeler and Lance Lynn. Zach Wheeler, the most overrated piece of crap. Except we have two of them going in one day today. This guy I said this in my video about him, and then someone put, he's not worthless, whatever. He only led the Phillies to the pennant last year. He was 1-3 in the postseason, people. 1-3. How's that leading? If you're 1-3, you can't lead them onward. You continue down that 1-3 road. You know where you're at? You're out of town. I don't know, where you lead somebody in the postseason at 1-3, taking the over. You saw White Sox bullpen yesterday. You don't even know what an over is until you've seen that White Sox bullpen. Romanelli had the Orioles yesterday, and I'm like, they're down 4-0. I'm like, don't worry, man. I'll get to like the 5th, 6th inning. Orioles are going to win this thing by 6 to 8 runs.
In game event alive, quick.
Oh, yeah.
Here they go.
Romanelli is like, he kind of is a little bit of drama, a little bit of a DQ on this stuff. Because it's like his team, so the sky's falling, you know?
I got burned with the White Sox in that bullpen once already, and so I felt the burn. It's like, what was I thinking? Yeah, these guys are awful.
I think I berated you on the show for that pick.
You did, yeah.
Like, have you seen the White Sox bullpen?
I'm
a White Sox fan.
Yeah. It's like, oh, man. Not doing that again.
I'm appalled by the White Sox bullpen. I'm offended. Who the hell do they think they are?
They just come over a little jaunt today. Oh no.
Okay.
Then I'll go with the Cardinals on the run line here. I do like the Diamondbacks, the underdog role in spots, but I just think Jack Flaherty a bad matchup. He was having control issues early on. He gave up 13 walks in his first 2 starts, but then last time out, I think threw 6 innings of 1-run ball against the Colorado Rockies, and Flaherty's back to being one of the top tier arms in the Cardinals rotation. I just don't know if the Diamondbacks are going to be able to handle it here.
What are you talking about? He's a piece of shit, this guy.
He's pitched really well, despite
what
he has. Aside from the walks, which he fixed against the Colorado Rockies, he's pitched well.
He fixed it.
I mean, what do you want me to say? He did. He went from giving up 7 walks. So he's
pitched 3 games. He's pitched 3 games. Okay, 2 of them he's had massive amounts of walks. 1 game he didn't. What would the trend be? I would say the one where he didn't have the massive amount of walks is a throwout race. It's the one that's off form. You think all of a sudden he's fixed it?
I don't know. We'll have to see. He didn't do.
That's the type of game where it's like you're watching the guy pitch, and I know everybody that's watching this show has had this feeling. It's like you're watching the guy pitch, you bet on this team, you feel pretty good about what's going on, and all of a sudden he starts walking batters, and the first thing that pops into your head is what, Rod? What's the first thing you say when this guy's walking those batters? What an asshole, right? It's like, what'd you do? Go to the Michael Lorenzen School of Pitching or something? It's like, what the hell's going on here, man? It's like, why is he? It's like, and I always say this. My wife's watching me, yell at the TV, and I'm saying, why does this always happen? She's like, you didn't bet the White Sox again, did you? I'm like, no, this is the Cardinals. Why do they always do that? Oh, man. Anyways, go ahead, Chris.
I just think he can lead the Cardinals to a win here. He has been giving up those base runners, but he's been able to. All right, well, we'll see. He's been able to get out of trouble. He's been able to get out unscathed. I know you can't.
Let's talk about the Cardinals hitting with runners in scoring position for a minute. I mean, see Saturday? Oh my God! And then Sunday, yesterday, even worse. How they even got the win was amazing, and the fact that they didn't cover the run line was almost as amazing because they had runners in scoring position with less than 2 outs all game long, both days. They had second and third, nobody out. How many runs scored? 0. Nolan Arenado on Saturday. Yesterday was his birthday, but on Saturday, oh my God, man, he just took the day before his birthday off. 3 strikeouts and a ground out to shortstop with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Why bother showing up? I mean, that's $200,000 worth of at-bats we'd like to have back. Other than that, Chris, I find your analysis spot on. Rod, what do you like?
I like the over here in Texas and the Royals. We just seen the 3-game series with these 2 last week, and all 3 of those games went well over the total, including the same pitching matchup here where you got DeGrom and Lyles again. That finished 8-5 in that one. We got 13 runs. I like the over again. Now the runs come early and often, and we get
Lyles
well
is a
over
piece
the total.
of crap, man. I mean, he's really regressed in a hurry. I'm in a surly Monday pre-tax day mood here.
Take your glove to the ballpark in Kansas City, because
raise your hand if you got hosed by the IRS again. They changed the freaking tax laws. I didn't, my accountant, he doesn't know. He's like, I got to go to all kinds of classes to keep up with this stuff. I can't tell you every little change.
We got Trudeau running the CRA, so it's it's not good. People.
When's your tax day? Is your tax day tomorrow also?
No, it was over. It was the end of the month, I believe. End of March. Last day of March.
Astros against the Blue Jays, Rockies against the Pirates, and the Padres against the Braves. Chris?
Yeah, I'll take the Colorado Rockies here. It's not up to backing Rich Hill, especially on the road in Colorado. He's given up 6 home runs already this season. Kyle Freeland, has a history of being inconsistent when he's down at Coors Field. He's really down. He had a 6 ERA at home this season, but this year, a sub-1 ERA through his first 3 starts. I think he can at least pitch well enough to get the Rockies the win at home in this one. I think you're going to start to see the Pirates tail off a little bit. This is where you're going to really see the absence of O'Neal Cruz hitting the Pirates hard. You miss a key bat like that, I think it's going to start to take its toll. So I just don't. Maybe it's more of a Rich Hill fade for me more than anything else in this game, but I'll go with the Rockies on the money line.
Just don't think Rich Hill's going to have his best stuff.
I don't think he's had his best stuff for years.
His best stuff. Rod, a lot of meat on the bone here.
Right, I'm gonna go with the under here between Atlanta and San Diego. Look at Ryan Weathers. I think it was a little harsh on Ryan Weathers. Well, his first 2 starts have been solid
because he played the Braves.
Right, so it's like his first 2 starts was solid, and playing the Braves here again. And then you got Max Fried on the mound for the Braves. I like the under. It's moved up to 8.5. Definitely like the under in that one. Both starters have good starts. And late in the game, I think still same thing. Both relief, the relief that comes in after that is holds teams down. We get the under 8.5 of that one.
All right.
We lean to the Padres too in that one too.
Yeah, why not?
A little harder.
Braves have lost 4
Why
games
not?
all season. 3/4 of them have been to the Padres.
Right? And those,
There's 75% chance of winning, and you're getting plus money on it. Well, today we get to answer one of my favorite questions out there. What wears number 34 and sucks balls? And that's Kevin Gausman. Not a fan. I think he's basically pitching at a level right now that we know he's not capable of pitching at over sustainably. So all he can do is regress, So it's all the magic formulas here because the Blue Jays not traditionally a very good road team, and then Gausman not traditionally a very good pitcher. So you're getting plus money on the Astros at home, who played poorly yesterday, and they have the Astros string together poor outings. Usually not something they do, especially at home. The thing is, the Astros without Altuve, not really the same team as they are with him, and Bradley as well missing from the Astros lineup. They're going to get better. The issue here, though, Javier hasn't been at his best either. So I think for me, in this one, I see Javier as having big upside here, and I see Gausman as having tremendous downside. I mean, tremendous. I'm going to take the Astros here. I'm going to lay the reverse run line on this one. I hate Gausman's guts. Got the Mariners against the Brew Crew. We've got the A's against the Cubs. Dodgers against the Mets. The Cubs, my dog of the day yesterday, coming through at +2 and change. Hey, 40 seconds of video, +2.25 times on your money. That's how it works here at Pick Dogs. Chicago Cubs, you're my dog of the day. But, of course, can't be that today. Rod, you're up.
In these ones, I'm going to go with the Milwaukee Brewers here. Corbin Burns on the mound. I know his first couple starts weren't good, but his last one he was solid. And you look at Chris Flexen. Yikes! He has been off to an awful start this season, giving up 16 hits, 7 walks. He's given up 11 runs, 3 home runs. I mean, a long day for Flexen in Seattle in this one. Give me the Brewers.
Well, he wasn't part of the rotation to start the series. I mean, to start the season. He's filling in for Robbie Ray. He's filling in for Robbie Ray.
Yeah, he's filling in for Robbie Ray, and he has done a good job at filling in for Robbie Ray. Oof.
Well, he started. He was good in his first outing. He's regressing. It happens.
He's regressed. Huge.
But Burns was terrible in the spring training and horrible in his first 2 starts. So once again, kind of like Chris's guy, where it's, he's had 2 bad starts and 1 okay start. Jack Flaherty. Which one are we going to see? Because in spring he was terrible, and his first 2 starts he was terrible. So he's had 1 good outing, but that's
I think we see the Burns as going excellent.
You know what I say?
So I'm gonna strike you out.
What did I say? I'll press my Yerfie bet.
Yes, I will press the Yerfie.
Would you like to press your Yerfie? Yes, I would. All right. That leaves me the A's against the Cubs. I think a lot of people are going to hump up on the Cubs because they beat the Dodgers yesterday. And I think a lot of people got crushed on that. So I think I'm going to go the other way. Actually, Mueller's been one of the better pitchers for the Oakland A's. And, I mean, it's pretty easy to spot who's played well for the A's. You know why? They've only got 3 wins all season. But last time out, he got roasted by the Orioles at Baltimore. But I'll tell you, the Orioles have been hitting a lot of pitchers. So I think that's a throw-out game. But when you look at his 2 priors at home against the Angels and the Guardians, both his home starts, he was outstanding in both of those. And I expect him to be outstanding today. No one lets people down like the Chicago Cubs, and when people are counting on them like they will be today after yesterday's win over the Dodgers, very public viewed win because a lot of people were on the other side of it. They'll all be humping up on the Cubs today trying to get their money back, but I think it's a good day to go on the A's. And I think when you see this short price dog on the A's, it even tells you a little more. I'm not a Bittler Odds Watcher Club guy, but I am a believer that a short price on an obvious dog, that it's usually a pretty good sign. I think this one is a good pick. Oakland Athletics. They're going for 4, Rod. Number 4.
I like it.
Win number
I don't
4.
like Wisniewski.
We'll put them only 6 wins away from double digits.
Nice. They're rolling. Rolling.
I guess I'll stick with that. Leaves me with the Dodgers and Mets, and I'm going to go with the Dodgers on the money line here. I like Dustin May. I like Dustin May at home. I know the Mets solid lineup top to bottom, but just not a David Peterson fan. I don't see him sticking around in this Mets rotation. And I think Dustin May can lead the Dodgers to a win here. The Dodgers trying to get the bad taste out of their mouths from that weekend series against the Chicago Cubs, and I think they tee off on Peterson to do it. So give me the Dodgers on the money line at home.
Dogs of baseball have get rocked this season in MLB. Rocked.
Who?
Dogs. And the dogs in MLB this season, is it 72 and 120? If you've taken all the dogs, you're down 2,300 units.
No way.
Taking all the
No chance.
taking all the dogs. If you've taken all the dogs money line in MLB this season, you're down big.
No way. They're 72 and what?
72 and 120.
Yeah, so that would put you in the plus. That'd be enough to make money if you have all the dogs.
No,
You have to be much worse than that in Major League Baseball, taking dogs to not.
You're
make money.
37. You're got a 37% record, and it's the worst start. The worst start for MLB dogs since
Well, like
2000.
so yesterday, right? The Cubs were 2-1, so you got plus 225 on that win. So you got. I mean, most of the dogs have been big. There's been some big price dogs that have come in, and then when you're losing, you're only losing minus 100. So it's like it gets chewed up in a hurry. I think that 20 whatever units is way wrong. I think you're not even close on that. I'm gonna guess it's plus money.
I don't think so.
I know so. Let's count it all out. I've got time.
Okay.
I got a dinner reservation, but it's at 6:30. So,
Your dinner reservations.
no, this is my doctor. All right. I'll have to call them back.
See your table's ready.
All right. Anyways. We're just rolling right along, too. 76ers and the Nets, Chris.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with the 76ers and the Nets to go over the total. I think 214. Again, just too low. We saw this total hit 220. And I do expect some, playing to the back of the baseball card, so to speak, for both these teams. I don't think the Nets are going to commit 19 turnovers again. But still think they can shoot well enough to keep themselves in this game and push us over the total. I think this one gets closer to 220. So I'm going to roll the over in the Nets and Sixers.
And I'm going to go the other way. I like the under. I think it's not low for a reason. I think this is a race to 100 if we even get to 100 in this one. So I like the under 213. You look at the Nets, 4-1 to the under in their last 5 off of 1 day's rest. And you look at the 76ers team 9-3 in their last 12 off of 1 day's rest of the under. I like the under in this one. I
had the Sixers in the first game. And don't see any reason not to go on the Sixers again. I just don't think the Nets have the guns this year. The first round of the playoffs, generally NBA, whatever, it's usually one-sided games and one-sided series, and why wouldn't this one be? Just a matter of will the Sixers sweep the series or not? That's the bigger question. Sixers for me. Got the Kings against the Warriors. This is a big one because if the Kings can get this one, well, then they've got the Warriors on the ropes. Rod?
And for me in this one, you know what? I am going to go with the Kings. I do look concerned because it's the Warriors. I think the Warriors on the first game and they got me, and it was close to tight, and they could have easily won that game. But the whole crowd's going nuts, and the Kings they got the momentum, and I think they continue it here. I'm going to go with the Kings to go up 2-0. Give me the Kings here in this one at home, and I know this is almost a must-win for the Warriors, but we've seen what they've done on the road this season, and I'm going to go with the Kings here. I think everybody thinks now they're jumping on the Warriors. They're like, yeah, Warriors won't go down 0-2. They could easily go down 0-2. I think they do. Give me the Kings money line here.
I'll take the under in this one. I could see it staying under the total. I think it's going to be a little bit of a war. I think the Warriors realize it's going to take a little bit of defense to get past this team. Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to go back to Rod's impression. The Warriors won't go down 0-2. They're not going to go down 0-2. I take the Warriors in this one. Sacramento Kings, yeah, they were the better team in game one, but Golden State had their chances. I think they know they let one slip away in that series opener, and I don't think they're going to let it happen again here. I think Golden State comes out focused. I know betting Golden State on the road has not been profitable this season, not by a long shot, but this is still, defending champions we're talking about. They have that playoff experience, and it's not often you see the Warriors lose back-to-back games in the playoffs. So I'm going to take the Golden State Warriors in this one.
All right. Parlay time. Rod?
I got the Brewers on the money line. I got the Oilers on the money line. And I got the Sacramento Kings on the money line.
Who?
I've got the Milwaukee Brewers on the money line. I've got the Edmonton Oilers on the money line. And I've got the Sacramento Kings on the money line.
All right. You want to put the Bruins with that? Make it a 4-teamer?
Yeah, why not? You just talked me into it. Give me the Bruins on the money line in that one as well.
See, I'm a good influence.
Nice.
I'll go with the Bruins Oilers parlay as well. I'll throw in the White Sox on the reverse run line against Zach Wheeler, and I like the what was the other one? Oh, the Yurfie in Jack Flaherty's game. Because he's going to walk in a run.
I'm going to take the Warriors, take the Carolina Hurricanes, and the Colorado Rockies.
All right. Well, thanks, everyone, for joining us. Make it a winning day. Appreciate each and every one of you. And we'll see you tomorrow. We've got 3 NBA tomorrow, full NHL playoff slate, and a full Major League Baseball card. That means we'll be talking sports and other things. Make it a winning day. Appreciate each and every one of you.